Good day, everyone. My name is Victor from BizzMine. So, what do? We help companies automate or streamline their workflows with our zero-code software, which we have developed. With our software platform, this automation can be done in a very short time frame. Now, what is workflow? By definition, it is the execution and automation of business processes where tasks, information, and documents are passed from one participant to another for action according to a set of procedural business rules. These workflows can be internal, for example, case management, incident report, audits, claims, training, change requests, invoicing, and so on. It could also be used for workflows that need external collaboration with parties like your suppliers and customers. For example, customer complaints, where your customers lodge a complaint and you have to take action on the complaint internally before finally addressing the solution to your customers. Now, why would you need a workflow software? This is a list of what we have noticed from our customers after the implementation of BizzMine. Number one, faster execution of tasks from multiple days to a couple of hours. Your employees will also be able to list down all the tasks that need to be executed, and they can also sort it by priority. Your data is also centralized, meaning everyone that has a smart device, be it phones or tablets, can actually complete their tasks anywhere around the world, even when they are out of office. Your management will also have an overview of all the workflows that are automated. Take, for example, customer complaints again. If you automate that, maybe you will be able to find out, for example, who is making the most complaint? What are they complaining about? Are there bottlenecks to your processes? If so, there is, you can actually address it. With the workflow software, you will also be able to increase your employees' efficiency and productivity by as much as 64%. You can set deadline to your workflows and put KPIs on it, and we will be able to track it for you. You will also be able to save on your physical paper budget because everything is online. There's no need for your staff to actually print things now, fill up, and pass to one person to another person. So typically, you'll be able to see your ROI in less than a year. Now, BizzMine has three major components to actually help you create your e-workflow. First of all, of course, is our form designer. Everything is done using drag and drop. I'll show it to you later in a short demo. So you can actually use this to create the form to look like whatever forms that you have right now. So there's not much training to your end user on how to actually use the system. It is the same with our workflow designer. You just need to drag and drop your workflow. Configuration of processes no longer requires a technical expert, and it only takes a matter of minutes, not days, months, or even years. No coding, just drag and drop to start your journey. It is the same with a dashboard. If you have a data, present it. Because data capture is integral to the business, but the interpretation of the data is often neglected. At BizzMine, you can actually easily customize your dashboard to actually display the data in the ways that you want to present it. BizzMine can also be used to connect to the other systems in your company. For example, your ERP or CRM applications. We also have APIs to help you connect BizzMine to any other third-party application. With BizzMine, if you would like to do a trial or when we want to start BizzMine, we can also actually load all the previous solutions, so you actually don't start from zero. This is just a list of some of the previous solutions that we have on BizzMine. This This is an overview of all the customers that are actually using BizzMine right now. Now, why does companies love BizzMine? Number one, it is zero code. Therefore, you do not actually require IT help to create or amend the workflow. And typically, on average, the workflow can be up and running in less than a day. The user interface is actually very friendly and easy to learn. For example, a training for an administrator usually only takes 1 day. BizzMine works on desktop, mobiles, or tablets. We also have a great support team around the world to support you. BizzMine is also built on 25 years of experience, and the platform is built using a reliable, scalable, and secure architecture. There is no need for third-party licenses, for example, Microsoft SharePoint. And we have a global presence through our network of certified gold partners. There's a couple of ways for you to actually install BizzMine. We have the cloud, the private cloud, and the on-premise option. With cloud, we're actually partnering with our partner, Microsoft Azure. For on-premise, this is the system requirements that you need to actually install BizzMine. For NCSS Tech Vendor, this is for trial for NCSS Tech Vendor. We will actually help you automate one of your workflow for trial. Once we have automated that, training will then be given to the users on actually how to use the workflow. And the trial will usually be hosted in our shared environment. We can also load our existing previous solutions to the trial, so your users will be able to actually start with other workflows as well. After the training, we'll let you try BizzMine out for a month. And as a incentive for NCSS Tech Vendor, we will actually give 20% off from our software price list. There will be no hosting charges, and the charges are billed annually. The minimum subscription for Tech Vendor will be 2 years. If you have any questions after this, please feel free to call me at 6221-2905, or you can email me at victor@bizzmine.com.sg. I will quickly show you now a short demo of BizzMine. As you can see, I've actually logged in to BizzMine. This is what we call a workspace. And in your workspace, you can actually have as many workflows you want. And when I click on the workflow, this is all the data that is related to my customer complaint. And I click on my audit. These are all the data that is related to my audit. Now let's say, for example, if you want to automate customer complaint. Basically, you need two things. I will now go to the backend to show you how this is done. Typically, your administrator will be the only one going to the backend, or the one that actually needs to make any changes. They will be only the one going to the backend. Most of the end users will actually do not need to actually say this. Now, I'll just need to go to my customer complaint collection. The first thing that you need is actually your forms. I have actually built a default form, but you can see it's actually very easy to create your own form as well. As mentioned, everything inside is drag and drop. So if I want my field over here, I just drag it down, or maybe I need this up, I just drag it up. I can make it mandatory or read only. If I want to add additional field, I just need to go back to the collection. For example, go to the data design, edit data design, and then I'll just add the field that I need. For example, I will need to add a new memo field. So I need to give it a name. Just click on next. I just need to follow the wizard. And BizzMine knows that I have a new field. So again, I just need to drag it to wherever I want on the form. And I can make it 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So for example, 2 columns. And once you have made the changes, you just click on Save. The other component that you need is actually the workflow. This is the workflow that I've created. Of course, if you want to make changes or you want to amend this workflow, again, it's very simple. Just drag and drop. Okay, I can just delete and add in a new step. And every step along the way, you can change which form do you need, because sometimes in a default form, you may not want to show everything on the first or second or the third step. So you can actually create a subset of forms in BizzMine. You can also assign the executor, set due date if you want to track your KPIs, and notification and reminders. So for example, if you say this step, you give your employees 3 days to actually do this task, you will track. And if there's no work has been done, you can set notification to remind the users, hey, please log into the system to complete your task. We also have the function for electronic signature. So for example, any task that requires people to actually sign on it, there are 2 ways to do it. Number one is where the user can key in their password to actually sign the task. We also have the canvas option. So if you have a touchscreen device, you can actually sign on the electronic form itself. For the workflow module, we also have this thing called the gateway. Now this gateway is the business logic. It's where you set the business logic for your workflow. So for example, over here, I can start all steps. I can start steps based on conditions. All right. So for this one, I have 3 steps that I can choose after the gateway. So for example, to go to correction, I've set that the condition acceptance equal accepted. If it goes to this one and stop means acceptance is rejected. So there you go. Once you've finished setting up everything, you can start to use your workflow. Now to start, I just need to use plus on the screen over here. It will automatically load the form for me to fill up. All right. So for example, now if I try to save it, and since I've set mandatory fields, It's telling me these are things that you need to fill up before you pass to the second person. So I'll just fill up. If you have sync with your ERP, you can also just type the name of the customers, and BizzMine will load all the necessary data to the forms. So likewise for the contact. With BizzMine, you can also add attachment. You can add as many as you want. It could be your pictures, emails, videos, or music files. So again, I just drag and drop. And save. And once you have finished filling up all the necessary information, you just need to press save and close tab, and you will be routed to the second person to actually do the task. All right. So this is now in the second step, and since I'm the administrator, I can actually execute on the person's behalf. All right. So as you can see, things that have been filled up in the first place, in the first step, I cannot make any changes anymore. And I notice there's a spelling mistake, and I can just say rejected. Or I can ask for more input to correct this error. Now on BizzMine, instead of presetting the executor, you can also let the users select who they want to do, who they want to execute for step 3 and step 4. So for example, for step 3 and step 4, I want Victor to do this particular task. Okay. And if I go to the flow status, and you have a lot of process running, you can actually track where all your processes are. Okay, so I know someone has registered the case, it has been accepted, but the QA manager has asked for more input. Everything is being tracked by BizzMine. So I make the correction and execute. And if I go for the flow status again, you can see it's gone back to the QA manager for acceptance. So you can run as many processes as you want in BizzMine, and everything will be tracked for you. So for example, now you want to track, for example, which customer or who is making the most complaint. You can just drag customer to the top, and we'll sort all the cases by customer for you. This is a smart list, and if you want, you can also download this into Excel. So this is the data in Excel, right? So likewise, for all your charts, you can also set your KPI. So for example, maybe my complaints, I'll say maximum I want in a month is 5. So if more than that, there is something wrong that I need to track. We also have widgets that track, say for example, I have 60 cases of complaints. Only 6 is closed. 6 are closed. and 55 are still pending. So once again, all these are fully customizable, zero code, just drag and drop. And usually for a simple process like this, you can get it up and running in less than a day. So this is the end of my demo. Thank you very much, and I hope to hear from you soon.